Hello everyone, good day. Welcome to another lecture on the subject animal science. And today we will be talking about a very important concept. So, we know that in the animal kingdom, most of the time, animals produce sexually. Ibig sabihin yan, there is a union between the ova and the sperm cell before new life begins. However, we might be wondering, paano nga ba nabubuo ang isang sperm? Or paano nga ba nabubuo ang isang ova? Or also know it as egg cell. And that is now the process of gametogenesis. Gametogenesis is simply the process by which animals produce gametes or sex cells. In our case, sperm and ova. And yun, yung pag-uusapan natin sa araw na ito. Now, when we talk about gametogenesis, we're talking about two processes. The first one would be spermatogenesis, which is how your male animals produce sperm. And we have oogenesis, or how your female animal produces their egg cell, or the more accurate term would be how your female animals produces ova. Okay? Ova yung gagamitin natin ngayon, hindi egg. Particularly kasi technically speaking, mas accurate ang ova kaysa sa egg cell. Okay? Now we are going to start off by discussing how does production of sperm happen. So spermatogenesis yung ating uunahin na i-discuss sa araw na ito. So let's now go with spermatogenesis. Spermatogenesis, or the production of sperm in male animals, occurs in the animal's testes. Okay? So sa testes yan nangyayari here, but to be more specific, ang spermatogenesis ay nangyayari sa seminiferous tubules. So within your testes kasi, there are small coils or tubules within that. Ito yon. Okay? And dyan na ipuproduce yung ating mga sperm. Now, spermatogenesis is a continuous process in male animals when they begin sexual maturity. So, kailan nagsisimula ang spermatogenesis sa male animals? When they start sexual maturity. Kapag sexually mature na sila, continuous na nagpo-produce yung kanilang testes ng sperm. Kaya naman, pagdating sa male animals, millions of sperms per day are being produced. So right now pala, when we're talking about spermatogenesis and gametogenesis in general, wala tayo specific animal na pinagdidiskussan dito. I would be tackling it in a general sense. We can say, pwede rin siya sa tao. Pero most of the time, yung mga principles na ipapakita ko dito, pare-parehas siya sa mga hayop natin. Although may ibang variations sa ibang mga hayop, but the general principle would be the same. So spermatogenesis, it occurs in your testes, specifically at the seminiferous tubules, and this is a continuous process. Okay? Continuous process yan sa male animals that starts when they are sexually mature. Kaya naman millions and millions of sperm per day is being produced in male animals. Now, if we're going to get a cross-section image of our seminiferous tubules, ganito yung magiging itsura niya. Kung papansin niyo, para siyang host, 'di ba? So may makapal na wall, tapos sa pinakagitna ng wall na yon, meron tayong tinatawag na lumen. Sa lumen area, diyan na po na ipoproduce yung ating sperm cell, yung ating mature sperm cell, ready na maita-transport sa kanilang storage site, and yung tawag sa storage site na yon is yung epididymis. But later on, we will see that more in detail. So wag na muna natin pansinin yung ibang mga labels dyan. Ang mahalaga dito is that the sperm matures at the lumen part of the seminiferous tubule. So if you are asked sa exam, saan part ng seminiferous tubule nagmamature yung sperm? Sa lumen. Okay? Now, let's start off. How does sperm, ano yung process ng sperm na nagmamature? So, how does that happen? First off, nagsisimula ang isang sperm sa pagiging isang spermatogonia. Okay. Now, spermatogonia, yan ay isang cell found in the testes that has a diploid chromosome. Ibig sabihin, lahat ng chromosome ng hayop ay nandyan sa isang spermatogonia na yan. Now, anong mangyayari dito sa spermatogonia? It will undergo here, no? It will undergo mitotic division. So, sa part na yan, kakaroon ng mitosis. Okay. So, the spermatogonia will undergo mitosis to form primary spermatocyte. So, kung kayo ay nagtataka, sir, hindi ba paano sir kapag naubos na yung spermatogonia natin, saan nakukunin yung mga next na sperm? So, that's a question, right? Well, the answer to that is, yung spermatogonia natin, dinuduplicate niya lang yung sarili niya para maging primary spermatocyte. So, what is happening is, nagpuproduce siya ng primary spermatocyte through mitotic division, pero yung spermatogonia, natitira siya dyan. Okay? So, kumbaga, meron kang infinite supply of spermatogonia that is now creating your primary spermatocyte. So in terms of chromosome number, your primary spermatocyte is still diploid. Okay? 2N pa rin yan. Ibig sabihin, lahat pa rin ng chromosome ng hayop ay nandyan. Okay? Now, after the spermatogonia will the spermatogonia or the spermatogonium will differentiate into spermatocyte, what will happens next? Itong primary spermatocyte natin will enter meiotic division. So, nandito na tayo. We have this primary spermatocyte. It will now undergo 2 phases of meiosis. So, meiosis 1. Okay? So, sa meiosis 1, mahahati yung ating primary spermatocyte and pati yung chromosome number nila ay mahahati. Okay? So yung primary spermatocyte natin, di ba nasabi ko kanina, ang chromosome number niyan 2N. So lahat ng chromosome ng hayop ay naandito sa ating primary spermatocyte. However, if it will undergo meiosis 1, yung 2N na yan mahahati. So dito, so kapag nagkaroon ng meiosis 1, it will produce 2 secondary spermatocytes. And yung chromosome number na nila dyan ay kalahati. So, ng chromosome number na nila would be N. Ang technical term dyan, kanina, diploid itong 2N, ito namang secondary spermatocyte, haploid na yung number of chromosomes niya. Okay, haploid na yan. Now, these secondary spermatocytes will undergo meiosis 2. Ibig sabihin, it will divide further. Okay? Now, kapag nag-divide further yung secondary spermatocyte natin, each secondary spermatocyte, magde-divide siya into 2 and magkakaroon na tayo ng magkakaroon na tayo niya ng tinatawag nating spermatids. Okay? So, in meiosis 2, the secondary spermatocyte will divide into 2 and it will produce 2 spermatids per secondary spermatocyte. And ang number of chromosome ng spermatids na yan is still haploid. Okay? Haploid pa rin yan. Sa haploid pa rin yung number of chromosome kapag ang secondary spermatocyte natin ay naging spermatids. And what will be the next step? after that? Well, the next step is what we call now as spermiogenesis. Kung papansinin nyo, yung spermatid natin, mukha na siyang sperm, right? However, hindi pa siya fully formed as sperm during that time. It will still undergo spermiogenesis. What is spermiogenesis? Yung ating spermatids na immature, they need to further develop. So through growth and development, particularly through mitosis, nagkakaroon ng transformation. Acrosomes are being formed. Ano yung acrosomes? Ito yung cup-like structure ng ating sperm. This one. Okay? And this cup-like structure is filled with enzymes and develops at the head of your sperm. So yan na ngayon yung yung structure na katulong ng sperm natin to penetrate the egg. And then nagkakaroon ng development of the tail. This one. Mahalaga yan. Kasi kung walang tail yung ating sperm, hindi yan makakapag-swim para pumunta doon sa egg and i-penetrate. Now, this mature sperms now, so from spermatids through spermiogenesis, from spermatids, makakreate ka ng spermatozoa or yan na yung sperm cell natin. Okay. So, na-develop na yung acrosome, na-develop na yung tail, magmamature na sila, so makikita mo na siya sa lumen part, and the mature sperms now will be released from your ST or yung seminiferous tubule natin, mapapakawalan na siya from the lumen of the seminiferous tubule and into the epididymis. And dun sa epididymis, yan yung storage area ng ating sperm cell before they are being released through ejaculation. Now, if you're going to look at the image here, okay, may mga labels dyan. For example, yung spermatogonia transforming itself to primary spermatocyte, yan ay nangyayari sa basal compartment ng seminiferous tubule. Now, the basal compartment of the seminiferous tubule is more likely in this area na to. So, nasa wall siya ng seminiferous tubule, particularly nearer the base part. Okay? So, nearer siya dun sa base part ng seminiferous tubule, and iba yung enzyme environment sa part na yan. Kapag naman kapag naman yung sperm mo ay nasa secondary spermatocyte na, going to spermatids, medyo nandito na siya sa looban yan, dito sa area na to. Okay? Yan. Yan. So, nangyayari naman siya sa tinatawag nating adluminal compartment. So, basal compartment simply means mas malapit siya doon sa base ng seminiferous tubule. Ito yung base ng ating seminiferous tubule, doon sa outer wall ng seminiferous tubule. And adluminal compartment is more than likely nasa gitna. Pinagigitnaan ng basal compartment and your lumen. Your lumen now here, which is the creation of your sperm, is this one, which is nabanggit ko na kanina, yung butas sa gitna ng seminiferous tubules, yan yung lumen, and naandyan yung mga yung mga mature sperm cells natin. And from this area, itatransport siya sa epididymis, itatransport yung mature sperm sa epididymis. Okay? So we're done with spermatogenesis. Let us now talk about oogenesis. Oogenesis, or the creation of ova in your female animals. Now, oogenesis, this is more complex and discontinuous as compared sa ating spermatogenesis. Discontinuous kasi mapapansin natin later on na ang production ng ova ay nagsisimula before birth. Kanina, ang production ng sperm nagsisimula at sexual maturity. Tapos tuloy-tuloy na yan. However, ang production ng ova, nagsisimula yung process niyan before birth, and then magpo-pause, and then kapag na-hit niya yung puberty stage or sexual maturity, magko-continue, and then meron ulit pause sa gitna. Okay? One of the things that you need to remember in oogenesis is that it occurs mostly in ovaries. Okay? It can result in the production of one ova, for example, tayo, na human beings or cattle, for instance, or minsan to other animals such as pigs, multiple yung ova na pinoproduce for each estrus cycle. Kaya ang pigs maramihan manganak. It is because of the reason that multiple ova are being produced inside of your pigs per estrus cycle. Now, the process of oogenesis, as I have said earlier, begins before birth. So, bago pa lang manganak, may oogenesis na, then it pauses, and then nagre-resume yan at sexual maturity. Ang pag-uusapan natin ngayon is oogenesis and three important process of oogenesis, which is the follicular phase, ovulation, and luteal phase. So let's see. Let's dive deeper on oogenesis. Kanina, ang base na cell ng ating sperm cell is what we call as spermatogonia or spermatogonium. Okay? Spermatogonium is singular, spermatogonia is plural. Okay? Ang production naman ng ating ova, it starts off with your oogonia. Okay? Oogonia or your oogonium. So, dyan nagsisimula yung ating ova. And yung ating oogonia is a diploid cell. Ibig sabihin, all of the chromosome number of the animals is within your oogonia. So, ang chromosome number ng oogonia is 2N. So, the production of oogonia starts habang fetus pa lang yung bata. So, nasa tiyan pa lang, nung female animal yung babaeng hayop na yon, nagpuproduce na ng oogonia. And this oogonia now will undergo mitosis. So yung oogonia mag-undergo siya ng mitosis to form primary oocyte. And the primary oocyte is still 2N pa rin yung diploid number niyan. Sorry. 2N pa rin yung diploid number ng ating primary oocyte. However, it will pause. Hindi siya magko-continue to produce secondary spermatocyte, secondary oocyte as compared to our spermatogenesis kanina. So from oogonia, magfo-form siya ng primary oocyte through mitosis, but then it will remain dormant, magpo-pause yan up until sexual maturity. Okay? Now, let's dive deeper on the first phase. Let's say, yung ating hayop ay nag-mature na. So, ang tawag natin dun sa first phase na yun is the follicular phase. So, the animal now is sexually mature. Now, during each estrus cycle, a group of follicles begins to develop. Okay? So, yung follicles na yan, it now contains the primary oocyte. Okay? So, a group of follicles will develop and i-stimulate yan ng tinatawag nating follicle-stimulating hormone which is produced in the pituitary gland of the female animal. Okay? So, ganito yung mangyayari. At sexual maturity, yung pituitary gland ng ating female animal will produce lots and lots of follicle-stimulating hormone. And ano yung ginagawa ng follicle-stimulating hormone? It will develop the follicles. Okay? Yung follicles na yan, it contains the primary oocyte of the animal. Okay? It contains now the primary oocyte of the animal. And dahil lumalaki ng lumalaki yung ating follicles, comes the time now that there will be one or a few primary follicle, okay, that will now produce through meiosis 1 your secondary oocyte. Okay. So yan yung nangyayari sa ating follicular phase. So isipin nyo na lang, upon maturation, your female animal will produce pituitary gland and it will produce now follicle-stimulating hormone. And ano yung purpose ng follicle-stimulating hormone? I-develop niya yung follicle that will contain the primary spermatocyte, primary oocyte. Okay? So, papalakihin niya yan. So, magkakaroon ka ng dominant follicle. So yung dominant follicle na yan, nagbabari yung number. Kumari sa cattle, isang dominant follicle lang yung nabubuo, whereas sa pig, maraming dominant follicle kasi marami siyang i-release na ova soon. Okay? Now, in follicular phase, through meiosis 1, your secondary oocyte is also formed. So from primary oocyte, nagkakaroon ka na ng secondary oocyte, and saan nako-contain yung secondary oocyte na yan? It is being contained in your secondary follicle. Okay? So yung primary follicle, nandyan yung primary oocyte mo. Yung secondary follicle, nandyan naman yung secondary oocyte. Now, after your follicular phase comes now the ovulation. Okay? Yung ovulation is simply means the release of the egg from the Graafian follicle. So, yung follicle na lumaki kanina, nagko-contain yun ng ova, and i-release niya yan through the process of ovulation. Now, yung release ng ova from the Graafian follicle, is through the hormone LH, or we call it as luteinizing hormone. So, luteinizing hormone po ang tawag dyan. Luteinizing hormone. That's LUTEINIZING, luteinizing hormone. Kanina, sa follicular phase, ang main hormone na involved ay yung follicle stimulating hormone, which is ang pinaka-purpose lang niya is palakihin and palakihin yung mga mag-produce para mag-develop yung follicles and palakihin yung follicles. Sa ovulation, ibang hormone na yung kasama dyan. Ang tawag na sa hormone na nandyan ay yung luteinizing hormone. It will now start to release the egg from the follicle kung nasaan siya. So if you can see, the egg, the ova now, which is that white part here, is grown within the follicle. So magkasama sila. Pero during the ovulation, the follicle will release, the Graafian follicle during ovulation will release the ova, and the Graafian follicle now will turn into what we call as corpus luteum. Okay? Now, yun na yung next phase natin, yung luteal phase. Yung luteal phase, na-release na yung ova from the ovary going to the fallopian tube. Okay? So, ready for fertilization na. And then, itong follicle na to, since wala na siyang laman, nagiging corpus luteum siya. Okay? Or a yellow, empty body. And ano yung purpose ng corpus luteum na yan? The corpus luteum will secrete progesterone. Okay? The corpus luteum will secrete a hormone called progesterone. And what is progesterone? It is your pregnancy hormone. So the corpus luteum will produce hormone that will prepare the female body to pregnancy. Kasi na-release na yung itlog eh. So ibig sabihin, na-release na yung ova, so ibig sabihin, hinihintay na lang nila na mabuntis yung hayop. So, habang hinihintay na mabuntis yung hayop or magkaroon ng union between the ova and the egg, the corpus luteum now will produce tons and tons of progesterone. Now, if fertilization happens, then yung progesterone na yan will now be responsible to the pregnancy part of your female animal. However, kung wala namang fertilization na nangyari, yung corpus luteum ay unti-unting mamamatay, and unti-unting mawawala yung production ng progesterone, and yung corpus luteum ay magiging corpus albicans. Okay? So yan naman yung process na nangyayari sa oogenesis. So if we can summarize it, saan siya nag-i-start? Nag-i-start ang oogenesis sa oogonium or oogonia. Ilan yung chromosome number ng oogonium? 2N. That means diploid cell siya. And then, from that oogonium, magiging primary oocyte siya through mitosis na nangyayari even before birth. Tapos magkakaroon ng pause. So, after the animal goes into sexual maturity, yung primary oocyte will divide into two through meiosis, and ang tawag na natin dun ay secondary oocyte. Now, itong secondary oocyte natin, hindi na yan diploid. Yan na po ay haploid. Okay? So it will produce one oocyte na mas malaki and another oocyte na mas maliit. Itong oocyte na mas maliit na to, hindi to nagagamit for fertilization. Itong malaking oocyte lang yung nagagamit for fertilization. Okay? Itong polar body na to, nadi-disregard yan. Now, this polar body, it will further subdivide, magpuproduce yan ng dalawang maliit ulit na polar body, which is still disregarded. Whereas itong malaking secondary oocyte mo naman, magpuproduce siya ng dalawang cell ulit through meiosis 2. The other one would be a polar body, so maliit. Okay, secondary polar body ang tawag dyan. Madi-disregard lang ulit yan. And then, another half daughter of your secondary oocyte will produce now the ovum. Okay? Yung ovum na to, yan yung nare-release during ovulation. Okay? So, yun yung nangyayari sa oogenesis. And before we end, I would just like to compare oogenesis and spermatogenesis. Okay? In terms of number of gametes, ang spermatogenesis, ang isang primary spermatocyte, okay? Ang isang primary spermatocyte, we can see, nagpuproduce siya ng ilang sperm? 4. Okay? Whereas sa oogenesis, ang isang primary oocyte, nagpuproduce lang yan ng isang ova. So the difference is that 4 sperm versus 1 ova. Ano pa yung difference ng oogenesis and spermatogenesis in terms of timing? Ang spermatogenesis, nangyayari yan during sexual maturity ng ating male animal, and it is, sabi ko kanina, it is continuous, di ba? Tuloy-tuloy. Ang oogenesis, nangyayari yan during the fetal stage of your female animal, pero yan ay nagpo-pause. So, nagkakaroon ng pause kapag primary oocyte na yan, there is a pause there. And kapag naging secondary oocyte siya, nagkakaroon ulit ng another pause in the development of your final ova na i-fertilize ng sperm. So, that is gametogenesis in general, particularly in oogenesis and spermatogenesis. So, we now know how the process goes. So, probably next video, we will be talking about fertilization.